want to say something else to Kamala Harris with regards to hiding the fact that James O'Keefe slept with me when I was 12. And then he hunted me down at that group home when I was 17 and married me. Well, I want to say something else about that. Well, Kamala Harris, your failure to report that, knowing about it, that's called obstruction of justice. So if there's any pedophilia that had occurred in that situation, you're supposed to come forward and say something. The only reason that you would not, and see, this is still obstruction of justice, is if you knew for a fact that James had married me for religious reasons and he was able to prove it. You're still responsible for obstruction of justice. Now, as a prosecutor, that doesn't look too well with you with a record while you're running for vice president of our United States. If you're covering up things like this and failing to assert people's rights to religious freedom, that's not something we need in our government or our country. I also want to point out the fact that I don't blame anybody for what happened except the people that are involved in it. I don't blame Donald Trump because you don't know how much he did or didn't know. What did he hear? Who lied to him? Who told the truth? So until everybody gets all the facts, I, would rather just sit back and take a breath and just tell all the facts so that my side of the story is out there so they can't accuse me of hiding anything. Again, I want to ask Kamala Harris why she didn't report this. Did you religiously persecute me and James, or were you afraid it was going to expose some other stuff involving you? That's obstruction of justice, either way you cut it. Because, in the state of Michigan, there's no statute of limitations. And actually, there's no statute of limitations in California for such a crime that was, if you talk about it like that was committed. The only way James would be able to get out of that is to actually honor his vows. So he would have to prove that he didn't religiously persecute me. Because when he told me to put my hand on the Bible, and then he slept with my roommate and then took off, that's actually religious persecution. It's also frauding the court. So I want to know, why you did that, Kamala Harris. Why would you cover that up? Especially when you're running for vice president. That doesn't make you look too good, girl. No, it doesn't. And then I happen to know that Mr. Jones, the one that died in the car accident with Millie Ross, Edward Jones, he's actually related to you. So, I find that interesting too. Looks like you got some explaining to do, lady. With God's love, God bless America. Have a blessed day.